Okay, so let's talk about goals very quickly. I just want to emphasize what the unique goals we have are. And the most important one, enable parents and their children to form a guiding relationship. And that's a special type of relationship that should typically develop, right, if you don't have a child with a lot of neurological vulnerabilities that get in the way of it and keep it from happening. And it's the most important role of parents, right, to guide their child's mental and self-development and indirectly their neural development. And nobody else does that. Teachers can't do it. Teachers are incredible people, but you can't ask them to take parent role, right? Therapists can't do it. Only parents can play that role. And what we know from very, very clear research is that in 100% of cases in autism, in fact, if we want to define what is universal about ASD, it's that the child is born with sufficient, unfortunately, inborn genetic and prenatal vulnerabilities that make them unable to benefit from this guiding relationship. And if you look at the research, it's very clearly demonstrating that right now, coming from all over the world. Okay, so that's the one. Can we enable parents and children to form one when it doesn't develop naturally? Remember, we're not talking about any problem of the parents. We're assuming our parents are very capable, but it takes two people to form a guiding relationship. It takes the infant child to be able to contribute to it and give feedback to parents too. You know, so no matter how good you are as a parent, right, it doesn't matter if you have a child who is on the way to being diagnosed with autism. That intuitive, natural guiding relationship doesn't develop. And that means that we need to be able to find a way to help parents to provide their children with the knowledge, the mental skills. I don't know if you hear a lot about minds and mental things here, because there's a lot of emphasis often on behavior, but we know that autism is a mental processing disorder. It's not a behavioral disorder. Every bit of research demonstrates that, every bit. And of course, a neurological disorder. The productive habits and the mindsets to thrive in the real world where things are unpredictable, information is complex, right? Things are stressful. And also to give each person with ASD a way to pursue a pathway for lifelong growth. ASD is a chronic condition. We're not expecting it to be cured. We're not interested in amazing recoveries in a year, you know. We want to give people with ASD a way to guide themselves as well as they get older, as they move into adolescence and adulthood. We want to give them tools, including online tools, so they can continue to develop. You don't have to stop developing. You know, this idea of early intervention is wonderful, but you don't need to stop at 4 or 5 or 15 or 25, right? You can keep learning throughout life, and we know that's true.